Yes, but the colors are pleasing enough.
Maybe I'll touch it up if I have another day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess I'll just roll it now and leave it at that. 17.
So you add a few happy trees and everything.
Yes!
Everything seems to be good.
You happy little trees.
I solve
So-
mysteries.
I'm gonna do my 2 alchemy checks. Carl,
Yep.
Gorgon's gonna give you the materials to try and craft a flare cartridge. Your DC is 20. Try it on the first day and see how you do.
We got fail.
You ruined my materials. Gorgon is
And what
pissed.
was it? You gave him gunpowder?
Gunpowder and paper shell.
So
Uh,
you're working away, and as you're tamping the powder, somehow you manage to strike metal on metal, and there's a spark, and the mixture explodes in your face.
Les says, this is like witchcraft. It's so frustrating.
No, Gorgon says, no, this is chemistry. This is actually genuine chemistry. What you do is witchcraft.
Ah,
Have you ever heard the story of Phineas Gage?
So you can roll one more of those, Carl. But if you fail this, or fail it by 5 or more, Gorgon's never gonna let you, There you go.
So this time, you very carefully and deftly make the cartridge, and Gorgon, it's up to him whether he's impressed, but Les has done an expert job. You can't find any fault with his craftsmanship.
Gorgon smiles and pats him on the back and says, see how I shook you and the cartridge didn't go off? That's a good sign.
yeah. Les releases the tension when it doesn't explode and exhales. Hands it to him and smiles.
He says, very well. I've been working on some designs for that bag you commissioned. I have a question, though. What would work best for you? You're looking for something where I get to hide your mixtures. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Now, would you prefer something on the model like this pocketed scarf, like a case, a belt? What do you want me to work from?
I think a pocketed scarf, something where people won't want me to open it and reveal what's inside. It has to
I'd
be
recommend
covert.
your fly.
My fly.
Well, yes. I find a lot of human guards are squeamish when checking your crotch region.
But I have to reach into it in battle, and I don't know how appropriate that would be.
It would definitely off-put your foe. I'm just saying it's the most pragmatic place for concealing something. But sure, I can work with the scarf.
Maybe the
I'm
scarf.
sure. I'm sure.
Nameless
if your
girl
enemies,
walks up and takes off her outer scarf and
I'm
takes
sure if your enemies see you reach for your
thieves tool out of
crotch,
it and throws it to you and says, "Try it on."
they will run away in terror.
Gorgon's also wearing a scarf, which looks surprisingly similar.
Les puts the scarf around his neck and tries to look in something that's reflective. Yes, very fashionable. I could get used to this.
So with Carl's Nat 20, does my alchemical flare cartridge become automatically made?
Well, what
We'll
was the
allow it.
DC?
DC's 20.
So for every 5 over, it's multiplied by 2.
So because it's the Nat 20,
I-
can we treat it as an extra 10 or something in addition?
Yeah, nat 20s are regularly, what is it, plus 20? So
Yeah,
plus
that would
10
finish
or
it, because
something?
it's only 10.
No, it's plus 10, isn't it? So, yeah, we
I
can
think either
consider
way,
it-
because cartridges are so cheap, it would finish.
Yeah, probably a 36 would do it, because that becomes like times 5, times 10, times 15, so
Yeah, so Gorgon's going to throw
times
in
2,
two
times
rolls.
3, times 4, 4 times as much.
That's a pass. And that's a fail, but I have an ability where if as long as I don't roll a nat 1, I don't waste mats.
Yep. Thurindle burned up his first scroll that he tried to make, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Damn it.
fucking sucks.
I was
Here.
gonna ask. So we're just sort of waiting over here. What did Charles give us to hold on to?
Drugs.
He gave you a selection of books and
Kettle?
just like a couple, a kettle which has some names on it, and that's about it.
Can I go over the books? Did he tell us not to read them?
No, he didn't say them.
I also
gonna
would
read
like to
them,
read
and
some too.
I'm also gonna whip out a.
There is a book.
Arcana. I rolled a nat 20 on my knowledge arcana.
Nice.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Roa tells me what's up.
So
Piece of
one
the book I have
book-
deciphered.
one book goes into great detail of the shear, which happened approximately 600 years ago.
That's the
Sheer-
magical disaster.
Correct. The shear, well, originally it was a ritual that was going to take place, that was being performed by the restorationists to bring the realms back into alignment. The Order of Nine, or more commonly known as the Durindus Mages, worked to stop them from what they were doing because they felt that it was dangerous, for one thing, and the results were tenuous at best. It's not clear whether the Durindus Mages were able to stop them or whether the ritual went through, but the results are known and they were catastrophic. It had varied results across the land. In different places, it's known as different things. Some places, great chasms opened up in the ground to swallow up entire cities. Mountains rose up. Volcanoes erupted. Dead rose from the graves in some places. It seems like as if it had
Like global,
different effects in different places. Just sort of random effects. In addition to that, it didn't strengthen the realms, it actually weakened them. So magic was on the decline at that point, which was what initiated the restorationists pursuing the ritual to bring the realms back into alignment. And it further weakened magic as a result of it.
Got
That's
it.
one of the books. Another talks about the early days of the Order of Nine and just different magical events that happen throughout time. Also, like some of the books are written by mages, which is probably what has made them outlawed. All of them are quite old.
Okay. Anna's gonna keep some notes. She does have like a journal and stuff, so she'll write down some interesting things. What about this
less.
kettle? Can I
Something-
detect magic on it?
Another interesting thing, just this as an aside, is that during the shear, what was known as the Anidarum Order, who became the Andarum Order, actually worked with the Durindus Mages against the Restorationists. Oddly enough, the kettle. What are you doing? For the
Detecting
kettle?
magic on it.
Okay. When you detect magic, you notice that it is not magical, despite having what appears to be some runes on it. Thorindil also looks it over, and he sort of chuckles a little bit and says, he was making an attempt, but many of these runes are incorrect. It seems like he was trying to make a kettle that would boil water faster.
Oh, Benzel.
So
How
Charles was
incredibly
trying to do
mundane.
this.
Correct. I suspect he doesn't have any magical abilities, though. Simply
So
a
this,
enthusiast.
He's
it
a
would
magical
seem.
fanboy
I see.
or a wizard apprentice.
And we don't have to RP it right now, but Anna's definitely gonna approach Thorindil about teaching her magic. It's probably like Roa comes and sits down watching Thorindil making a scroll, and then Anna walks up and is like,
Can you teach me magic, Roa? Just as he turns back and Roa's just munching on the scroll.
Roa asked me to ask you if she could look over your spell book quickly.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps. For what reason? It seems rather odd.
She,
It's a
I'm
kind
not.
of know the riches. So.
Your raccoon knows how to read? Impressive.
I'm not sure. Anna looks down at Roa, and Roa's just sort of looking at Thurindil, with her eyes sort of like betray a sort of. She's sort of waiting to be impressed by Thurindil. She wants to see if Thurindil is as magically competent as Anna thinks she is. And after sort of going through it, you see that the raccoon like paws through the book. And crawls up onto Anna's shoulder and starts to like chirp at her for a moment. And Anna says, Roa says page 6 and page 9 both have spells that she can learn.
I see. I will scribe some scrolls for you then.
Well, you don't have to. I would be willing to pay for any reagents that you need. I'm not sure what exactly Roa wants me to do with them. I didn't learn spells from notes before. Well, some that Roa instructed me in, and Roa reaches into Anna's bag and pulls out a small quill and starts to like scribe clumsily on a piece of paper.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck.
Wow,
You
this
should paint
is
that.
quite impressive.
I can't read what she's writing. I don't know if she's literate, Anna says.
Wow,
Roa turns back. Roa turns back and looks at her angrily.
that raccoon is full of surprises.
Again,
Oh,
when she was sent to me by the White Lady, whoever that is.
Is it a spirit raccoon?
I don't think so. She is trying to teach me how to be a white woman, but
She stole blueberries from me the other day.
I don't know. She's very she's mysterious. I don't know if she's telling me everything that she knows, but she
Never trust a
continually
raccoon.
tells me she's telling me what I need to know. I suppose I can thank her for that. If it wasn't for Roa, I wouldn't be here. I suppose it's a mixed blessing. And Roa ignores her as she looks over Thurindil's spellbook and looks like she's taking notes, albeit the notes that she's taking are like incredibly clumsy. Like they don't even resemble arcane runes at all.
This is quite odd. Sora, I think I'm gonna do a knowledge arcana for Wendell to see if he knows how witches work. So I got a 14. I'm gonna say that's a little too low. Says, well, I can attempt to take you through my method of learning, and perhaps that will elicit something.
Anna nods and says, Roa simply wants you to describe these two spells, but I
You
think...
did convey that? Okay, I was mistaken. I thought that you did.
Oh, yeah, no. Roa definitely tells her, like, hey, there's these two spells that I want you to write on a piece of paper.
Oh, I thought that we were unsure. Okay, yeah.
No, Anna doesn't know what Roa is going to do with it, but
Okay.
Doesn't she eat it, or you eat it, or something?
Yes, she eats it.
that's it. But Anna says, perhaps it would still be best for me to learn. I want to have better understanding of the spells that I have.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
So-
Thurindil.
So Thurindil will scribe some scrolls for you, and in the 2 days, let's see here, I'll just do a quick check.
Thank I will pay you, right?